Hello everybody, this is toyasareruss, and for this third-party figure showcase and review, we're going to be looking at Ironfactory's IF-EX67, which is, they're calling him the Scythe of Bifrons, which is a third-party company's take at a Generation 1 Hellbat figure. So, what we've got here is the other four members that have been released so far. We are still missing, of course, Skyhawk, so I'm going to do a quick couple of comparisons and show you how the team's coming along. We're also going to have a look and do a comparison with the Generation 1 original. That is, of course, the fully combined form of Liokaiser from Generation 1. So again, we're going to get a bit of an idea, I suppose, how big this figure is going to be. I'm going to show you pretty much all of the instructions and all of the accessories and how to use them. The reason why I'm not going to show you them all is because there's quite a bit of combiner kibble, which I will save for the full combining video itself. So as I just start to move all of these out of the way, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, if you'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now, please, because it really will help me out. And also to thank Shozy, and there's going to be a direct link in the description if you want to get this figure for yourself. And of course, don't forget to use my code, which is toyasareruss, and that will be greatly appreciated. So for those of you who don't really know much about these particular figures, in 1989 in Japan, they still had the cartoon running, and it was called Victory. And I think it's just much more prevalent now because, of course, HasLab have done Deathsaurus and Star Saber, etc. So a lot of people are more aware of the cartoon Victory. Let's have a look at the packaging then, because the packaging, to be fair, it's really nice. A lot of the third-party companies packaging, just like the Masterpiece and official packaging as well, it's really nice. It's good to see that they're making an effort with these now, because lots of people do like to keep, you know, figures in boxes, etc. So that is the combined form at the back. There he is in robot mode, there is the jet mode, and there is, you can see he's going to be the left arm. And also I'm going to show you this, it says option armor. Now this isn't me making stuff up. They were known as breast force figures, and they had a breast force gimmick, which I will show you how they've managed to negotiate that in these newer figures. So this is how he came packaged. He did come packaged in robot mode. You've probably already noticed I've uploaded a transformation tutorial. So you've got, of course, the arm and the forearm there. You've got this connector, which is going to connect to these big parts here, which basically, if I get the instructions for you, and I've not got all the parts, you see, so that's why I'm saving to do all the combining in its own video, because what they're also doing, and I love the fact that third-party companies do this, they use all of the weapons and accessories to also build up a huge, there you go, massive combined weapon as well. You can see there, which of course the main bot will be able to wield as well. Right, so that's, as I say, the packaging comes nice like that. Let's have a look at the actual figure itself. Now, it is quite basic, let's be honest. Legend scale is referring to, again, third-party companies, and in a lot of cases, things like New Age and Magic Square, they're a teeny bit more intricate than this. This is one of the most basic, or one of the more basic, shall we say, legend scale figures. However, let's be honest, it still looks fantastic. You've got translucent plastic there on the cockpit. You've got landing gear, which comes out and in. Same there with the wheels, which you can see there. This is the breast force gimmick, which I'm just going to take off for now because there's multitudes of options you can do with that. You can't really do much else with it. I was just about to see if you could put some blast effects on. They are not blast effect compatible, unfortunately. To give you an idea of scale and size, these cases just slightly bigger than a core class figure in this particular case. Anyway, as I say, some Legends companies are a bit bigger. This one is just a tiny bit bigger than that. The leg part is pretty, the legs and arms, to be honest, are very similar to Liokaiser, but the chest part and indeed the wings are indeed very, very different. So that's one of the other members there, which we can see, and of course completely different to Jaruga, but they do all scale about the same size, which of course is very, very good, and that's of course what we want them to do. We want them to all scale. What I meant by some of them not scaling is that is New Age's Optimus Prime, which as you can see is quite a bit bigger, and you'll see that as well when we get, in fact, if I just bring these in quickly, bring in Kill Bison and Drillhorn, you'll see that he's quite a bit taller than them as well. Right, to be honest, there really isn't much more to say about this particular mode. It is just one of the nice looking jets, but I imagine everybody, until they get the fully combined mode, will be displaying him in robot, and then of course I think everybody's going to be displaying him in combined mode when they get the other parts. So there we go, let's come right back and have a look at him in his robot mode. But of course, before we have a quick look in robot mode, I've got to bring this back in just to show you, I suppose this is where you'll see in a second that the third-party figures are quite clever. So this is bigger in jet mode, which you can see, and this is smaller in jet mode. Now when we come to being in the other modes, the robots, you'll see that this guy is going to be much bigger because he's got lots of things sort of hidden and indeed tucked away. But yeah, there you go, that is it. Now definitely enough for the alternate mode. We're going to come back and you're going to have a look at him in the robot mode. So here he is, and let's be honest, he's much better looking, I think, than his alternate mode. Robot mode, it just looks great. And the reason why I also really like it is because I think the posing, not just the posing for the articulation, but the choice of how you want him to look. There's loads of choices and options, and I'll run you through a few of them as well, which is great because you don't have to have him exactly on all, you know, the instructions and how he's packaged. It's brilliant. One thing I do want to quickly show you, though, is, again, these are all of the fists and separate hands. So there's there's another full 3 sets on this. Also quickly, obviously, I'm sure you've seen the transformation process, but the reason why it's not in this video is to keep the main length of the video down. So I'm just going to change it now for one of these open fist hands, just so I can pop, oh, he says pop that in there, and then typically that's going to happen straight away. And then usually, because I haven't really got a spudger or anything, I have to get these very blunt scissors and just slightly wedge it out like so. And again, I keep things like this in, like in my transformation process videos, because if things go wrong or if things don't always go to plan, it's nice to know and for you to see exactly, I'm jinxing myself now, exactly how easy it is to sort of rectify. Because I think there's nothing worse in some cases when people have got problematic figures, let's say. Problematic figures is probably one of the best ways to put it, politest ways to put it. I'm going to fold that hinge all the way out, and now I can support it as I put it in. And what I was saying is sometimes, and I've had that like way in the past, I've had a figure that's just been so awful, and somebody has reviewed it and made it look far better than what it was, shall we say. But there you go, that's how you simply pop it in, and I've just learned an easy way to do it for myself. Now the reason why you need that is so when you take this spear, you can take off the one end like that, and then you can slot that in there. Now this of course wouldn't have worked with any of the other hands. You do need the closed ones. You've got the open hand, you've got, sorry, the real open fingers as well, and you've got the ones which you just saw there. One thing very quickly to say though regarding the transformation is you can only use these because these are the ones that tuck away into there, so you do need them or none at all for the transformation process. Right, that's how he looks with that, which I think again looks fantastic. Now we can also as well, I probably should have put the 2 hands in, but I'm just going to keep swapping this. Simple, this is the blaster as well, which will fit into the hand. Now this is a direct take off the breast force gimmick that the generation 1 figure had, which to be fair, it's pretty clever. It's pretty simple as well at the same time. Let me just bring the generation 1. I've got to be super careful with this because I'm lucky enough that he's actually unused. So the breast force gimmick was where you had the actual figure with the little bong there, and then this would come and you can see there, and it would attach and it would fit in fact into the chest like so, and hence the name breast force, and that's where the sort of gimmick came from, like so. You can also spin these around as well, and it would be the little partner which you've seen, which again is just cool. It was just a brilliant little gimmick that they had, and this also doubled up as a gun as well, which he could hold and wield, and that's exactly what they've done with this. But they've sort of cheated, let's be honest, because there is the gun mode, which is what that is. The one that I took off at the beginning is the faux chest mode, so that's the false one. You can of course do the real one. Here is their real version of it, and you can fold it all the way up, transform it in to fit as the shield. And then, as I say, they basically cheated because there's your gun mode, there's your actual bat, there's your actual faux chest, which makes it much easier because you haven't got to fiddle around with little parts and you haven't got to worry about losing them either. He also comes with this rather dangerous looking, I don't even know what it is, it's not like a samurai blade, it's a blade like I've never seen before, but again looks very good. I probably should have put the other hand in. In fact, I'm going to put the other hand in to put the spear in because I'm sure it's going to look really good, and I know my new way now how to put the fists in without them popping off, so let's pop that. Oops, and then I've jinxed myself again straight away. And then I want to show you, as I say, the multitude of ways that you can position and pose this whilst he's in. There we go, so that's snapped in nice and easy. Let's take the spear again. Let's pop this in. Where's the back of it gone? There it is. And let's pop this into here like so. There we go. That's brilliant. I like these. I love the fact that you can do this. Most people won't particularly like the forearm gap, but I say it with all figures, you know, I can't see it there, so I'm not bothered about it. It's fine with me, absolutely fine. Right, what I was saying about how you can do the figure. So if you wanted to, you can flail these bits out. All you've got to do is just move this. So you can have these coming up behind the back of his head like so. In fact, now I do need to take these out of the way because it's taking a lot of the focus off what I wanted to show you. So you can see you can have them up the back there like so, or you can have them folded around like so. And the same with the wings. These will go out in, you can spin them around, you can have them up like so. Again, you don't have to at all, and you'll probably never see them up or anything like these, but I like the fact that you can. There's so many different options, different things. You can spin it around on that axis, you can spin it around on that axis, so there's loads of possibilities for them posing, for the photos, for you to do pretty much whatever you wanted to. So very, very quickly, let's just bring in a couple of, in fact, I'll show you the details. I'll show you the head sculpt, which looks really nice. The articulation I've not done either. I've just realized. Let's turn the head around, make it look up and down. Shoulders, again, these are on ball and, no, they're not. Yes, they are. They're on ball and sockets inside there, and you just simply click them back on. So it will go all the way around, but it's restricted by the faux chest. Shoulder swivel, bicep flexion. We already know you can change the fists, so they're of course going to rotate. There is a full waist rotation. There's a genuine ab crunch as well, guys. This does genuinely ab crunch, even for a tiny little figure like this. Legs are ball and sockets. They'll kick up all out of the way. This hip skirt gets in the way a little bit, but you can see you've got your thigh cut, your knee bend, and your ankles on ball and sockets as well. So again, a multitude of posability options, and indeed loads of different ways that you can put them. So just very quickly, again, I'm going to bring in the G1 original. There we go. It's weird because of course in Jet he was much bigger, and now in robot mode the third party is much bigger. With regards to some other figures, there is, as I say, Kill Bison, and there is your drill horn. So they're coming together nicely. Can't wait to put them all together, to be honest, and see how they all look. Very quickly, some other height comparisons. There's Missing Link, which is pretty much G1 Optimus Prime's height, obviously. Let's bring in a deluxe figure. There is I'm going to call him Reflector. That is Reflector, of course. This I'm going to have to be super careful with. There's your original Liokaiser. You can't even see him, which it's just too high. I can't wait to do a proper comparison with him very soon. And of course, very quickly then, that's New Age's Prime, which again, I suppose as you would expect with him being the leader, is that little bit taller. To be honest, guys, there's not much more to say about him. In fact, I've just seen this little guy. He's a tiny, no, he is still very small compared to him. I want to sort of give you an idea, I suppose, of how small these are, to be honest. In fact, I've just realised he's here as well. Oh, knocked one over. So yeah, fraction bigger in robot mode than your core class, but of course way more detailed than that, and of course that's reflected in the price. But there we go, guys, nothing more to say about him. Let me know what you think of him in the comments. One more to go, then of course we get the opportunity to combine them all. This is Ironfactory's take on the 5th member of Liokaiser, even though they're not calling him that. That's what, of course, his real name, and you can get him again from Show Z. Let me know what you think in the comments. Take care.